What a truly excellent question. By all means, yes. Here it is. So, parasitic draws on power strokes are 9 times out of 10 at least caused by a bad diode and an alternator. So before you kill yourself, and it sounds like you've already been trying to do that, what I would tell you to do is to go ahead and yank that alternator, go get that puppy bench tested. It's a heck of a lot less work than doing what I'm about to tell you about, and it could just solve your problem. And the reason why the diodes fail in the 6-liter so very often, the reason why this is even a conversation or a thing, is because a frequent thing, I mean, it does happen to other vehicles too, is because the alternator is so foolishly and incredibly and sillily, you understand, undersized. So there is a 230 amp pulsating draw against the charging system right after the truck starts, every single time after the truck starts, because of the glow plugs. And that pulsating draw can last for up to 2 minutes after ignition, and the stock alternator only does 75 amps at cold idle, so of course it gives up the ghost. And so that is what's probably going on here. And so the diode just says, hey, sorry, it's just a one-way valve, right? It says, hey, the electrons can travel this direction, but not this other one. And the diode dies, and all of a sudden you've got a parasitic draw, and you come back to dead batteries after a couple, 3-4 days, and it causes you also to put a very serious hurt on the fuel injection control module, which obviously that's how we got started 15 years ago. So I would tell you to go ahead and take your alternator off the truck. If you want the best test, this probably should be its own video, but whatever, sorry about that. Go ahead and recognize that voltage regulators, they fail when they're hot. Diodes, and the alternators, if they're going to fail, they're going to fail when they're at operating temperature. So you want the best test possible. So do something kind of crazy and put your alternator in the kitchen oven when Mama's not looking, 225 for an hour, which is not 400. Let's be smart about this. So you're just trying to replicate the temperatures that alternator would see under hood when you're stuck in traffic and it's 95 degrees outside. And 225, that's a pretty fair bet. And take it out of there with some shop towels. You don't burn yourself. Be neighborly. Tell the guy behind the parts counter, hey, don't burn yourself. But can you test this thing and tell me if it's good or not? And you're probably going to find out that that's your problem. And if it is, obviously we sell way bigger alternators. Fun fact, the VT365 motor, which is the 6-liter just international version of it, it's the same engine. It just is a way bigger alternator, and yet like 1 in 200 FICMs that come into us for repair come into us from VT365s, even though it's the same cam, same crank, same piston, same head, same injectors, same. The only difference is the alternator. So if that's not a commercial to get it upgrade to a bigger alternator, I don't know what is. Certainly we sell them on FICMRepair.com. And idle amperage is everything. The smallest unit we would recommend to anybody, regardless of climate, is our 185 that does 130 amps at cold idle. What I love about that bad boy is that there's no cabling necessary. It makes me happy. Bolt in and go, right? But if you live in a northern climate, then something probably bigger. Our 240 amp is by far the most popular. It does 190 amps at cold idle, which is still not the 230, but it's getting closer. And so it's just one less thing to worry about, but that does necessitate cabling. So you can watch my cabling video on my channel. Just go check out the videos and you'll see it. I think it might even be pinned right now. At any rate, that's the deal. To answer your question, if that is not the source of your parasitic draw, what you're going to need, there's a few different ways to do this. By far the most effective is to take a clamping ammeter, a digital voltmeter with the jaws of life on the end, where you just put it around the cable, and just watch and say, hey, look how many amps are pulling through this thing, and just yank one fuse at a time out of your fuse box until all of a sudden that draw goes away. And you're like, aha, got it, it's on that circuit, and then you can troubleshoot from there. So it's way easier than what you're thinking to figure out where your parasitic draw is. That said, that little process there is probably an hour of your life to go ahead and do it fully. I guess with a friend it could be faster, but whatever. But easier is good, and probably it's your alternator. I'm so sorry about that. But put your comments in below if you want more detail. I'm happy to provide it. It's really not a problem, but I just don't want to waste your time. All right? So FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. I appreciate you guys. Take care.